Hi guys, Casper7001 and today we are back from a UFC predictions video and I'm going to be giving my predictions and breakdown for UFC 297 Strickland versus Du Plessis. Now although this isn't really the best card, especially for a pay-per-view, there's some the level of fights compared to some other pay-per-views is not that great, but there is some good matchups here, so I'm going to be going through them all and giving my predictions, what I think's going to happen, who's going to win, and maybe you guys can go bet on them if you want. I just want to also note, I am full of cold right now. You'll probably hear me sniffling all the time throughout this video, so I'm not going to keep it too long. Just going to get my points out there, pick the fighters, and then move on. If you are new around here, and you are enjoying this type of content, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and everyone is much appreciated. So, here in front of me, I have the entire UFC 297 card. There is a total of 12 fights, and we're going to be going through each one, starting with Malcolm Gordon versus Jimmy Flick. And, it's a tough one. I was looking through this card, quite a lot of tough fights to pick, if I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely don't think either of these guys are that good, if I'm being honest. Like, Jimmy Flick, what is he, I don't know what his record is. He's 1-2, 1 win, 2 losses in the UFC, 16-7. He's alright, I suppose. Yeah, coming off 2 losses. Malcolm Gordon, on the other hand, he's got the home advantage in Canada, but he's also coming off 2 losses. Oh, see, this is the thing. It's like I'm picking who is worse out of these two. I'm gonna pick Jimmy Flick here. You know, I don't think that either of them are very good, but Jimmy Flick, I've watched him before. He's got quite a lot of wins by submission. I think if he can get him to the ground, he will be able to get him in a submission, I feel like. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Jimmy Flick. Now, on to the first of 3 women's fights on this card. We have Jasudavicius versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Now, I have a feeling Jasudavicius is favourite. I don't know how to check that, but I think she is. She is 9-3 record, so I mean it's not too bad. It's coming off a decision loss to Tracy Cortez. She didn't look that great in that fight. She did meet Miranda Maverick though before that, whereas Cachoeira, if you look at her record, 12-5. So equally not that. I don't know. I never know women. Honestly, I don't know how to pick women's fights. They can literally go either way. But I mean, yeah, she's coming off a loss to Miranda Maverick, but and Jasudavicius did beat Maverick. But honestly, I don't know how to do MMA math with women's fights. It never adds up properly. But she did beat Lipsky not long ago. She has quite a few KO wins, which I feel like with women, if they're like knocking people out, they're pretty dangerous, to be fair, because they mostly go to decisions. So I feel like it could either go Jasudavicius by decision or Cachoeira by knockout, maybe a finish. So what do I think is more likely? Probably Jasudavicius. I wouldn't be betting on this, by the way. I wouldn't be betting on this fight. I have no idea. But I'm gonna pick Cachoeira now. I'm gonna back the underdog here. Then moving on, we have a British fighter here, Sam Patterson versus Johan Lainesse. Oh, I definitely butchered that. Lainesse, I don't know how to say that, but interesting fight. Sam Patterson, he's coming off a loss to Ashmus. No idea how you say that, but I mean, it's not a bad fight. It's 10-2. He got unlucky there. Lainesse, however, he's 9-2, so both decent records, to be fair to them both. For quite a few wins by knockout for Lainesse. Both of them coming off a loss. Literally every fight on this card is coming off a loss, I swear to God. Well, so far. But I suppose you have to expect that from the prelims. But I'm gonna pick Patterson. You know, I am backing him because he's British, but I also think they're both coming off losses. This guy lost to Mike Malott, Lainesse, but he was actually fighting on the same card. Is this at welterweight, this fight? I'm not too sure. I think it is. But yeah, I think Sam Patterson is quite promising. He's quite a young guy. I reckon yeah, I reckon he could either knock him out, submit him. He's got many routes to victory here. So yeah, I'm going to pick Patterson. Now, moving up the card, we have Robertson versus Viana. And I'm going to pick Viana. Reason is, I don't think Robertson's that good. I mean, I watched the last fight. She didn't look good. I mean, yes, Viana did get submitted in the last fight to Lucindo, but I don't think she's that bad. Like, with women's fights, it can easily go either way. I'm telling you. Like, I've watched a lot of women's fights to know that if it's not convincingly if it's not convincing who's the better fighter, it could go either way. And I just don't think, like, what's her face, Robertson is that good anymore. She's 12-8. She's, to be fair, she coming off a loss as well. Both of them coming off a loss, to be fair. She lost a decision to Tavares. Quite a few wins as well. Both got a few wins, a few losses. But I just think Viana is the better fighter. I'm going to go with her. Now, an interesting fight here. Up the card, we have Sidey, butchered that one, versus Tavares. And I think I'm going to pick Sidey here. I don't know if it's Sidey, I don't know how you say that name. But yeah, I think I'll pick Sidey. 6 knockout wins, 2 submissions. Not bad. I mean, he's on like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unbeaten streak. He actually beat Tavares in the Contender Series. So that's pretty cool. So he's already got 1 win over him. But yeah, so pretty standard pick here. 9-2 for Tavares. I mean, I don't think he's that bad really, but he's coming off he did lose to Sidey. Then he won again on the Contender Series, so he's got the rematch. But yeah, I just feel like Sidey will do the same to him again and win. The next fight on the card is Jourdain versus Woodson. I do look forward to this fight indeed. But I feel like, who am I going to pick? Jourdain is 15-6. Woodson is also, no, he's not 15-6. He is 10-1. So not many. How many fights is he on the UFC? Quite a few. He beat Terence McKinney by flying knee in the Contender Series. Damn, didn't know that. How many times has Terence McKinney been knocked out by a flying knee? I swear to God. He lost like bond with him as well by that. But yeah, he's alright. He's coming off quite a few wins. Jourdain though, this one might be a tough one to pick, you know. I mean, Woodson has a lot of decision wins, so that could if it comes to it, he could probably easily win that. But Jourdain is pretty dangerous on the feet. 8 KOs, 5 submissions as well. So he's an all-round good game, to be fair to him. He has lost quite a few decisions, to be fair to him, those. But in Canada as well, I'm going to pick Jourdain here. Now, I think this is the featured prelim now. The last one before the main card. We have Katona versus Armfield. And I'm going to pick Katona here. I feel like I watched his last fight. I think it was like the last thing of the Ultimate Fighter or something like that. Like he won something and he got into the UFC. I think he looked pretty good. He looked decent. 13-2. Armfield, I don't think he's that great. He's 9-3. And yeah, Katona just looked really good in his last fight. So I would pick him to probably win by decision here. I think he's just going to put a load of output on him. He beat Gibson very convincingly. So yeah, I'm going to pick Katona. Now, on to the main card. Probably the fight I'm looking forward to most, apart from the main event, is Arnold Allen and Movsar Evloev. This fight will be good, I feel like. Arnold Allen 19-2, Evloev 17-0. I mean, this is a good fight, I have to say. I mean, we all saw Evloev's last fight to what's his face, Diego Lopez. That was interesting. I mean, I think that's like frustrating my decision of who to pick here, because he left a lot of openings in that fight for Diego Lopez, and I feel like Arnold Allen, he's really good. I mean, he obviously lost to Holloway not that long ago, but he didn't do too badly against him really. It was obviously a unanimous decision, but you have to beat Volkanovski to beat Holloway, really, realistically. But apart from that, yeah, literally, he hasn't been beaten in like like he's basically like undefeated in the UFC apart from Holloway or something like that. Yeah, he is. Yeah, his only loss in the UFC was to Holloway. So oh, I don't know. It's a very tough one to pick, but I'm gonna back Arnold Allen. I'm gonna back the Englishman to get the job done and end Evloev's unbeaten streak. Now, the next fight on the card is a middleweight matchup: Chris Curtis and Marc-Andre Barriault. And before I look at their records, I already think I know who I'm gonna pick. Let me just have a look quickly at Marc-Andre Barriault's record. He's 16-6, not the best. I mean, Chris Curtis he's like 30-10 or something. How many fights has he had? But yeah, I mean, Barriault is coming off a win. I think Chris Curtis is coming off a loss, but I am going to pick Chris Curtis for this. I just don't think Barriault is very good. Like, I mean, I've watched some of his fights. He's 5-5 in the UFC. I mean, I don't think he's very good, really. And then compared to Chris Curtis, I feel like he could catch him. It could be. I would predict a knockout maybe by Chris Curtis. I think he is pretty good. He's got 15 wins by KO in his career. So yeah, I'll pick Chris Curtis to win this. We're smashing through this card now. On to the last 3 fights, and the third one up the card is Neil Magny and Mike Malott. Well, I think we know who we're gonna pick here. Mike Malott is my pick. He's 10-1. He's dangerous, you know. I think he's really good. 6 wins by submission, 4 wins by knockout. I mean, he is pretty good. Oh no, I said 10-1. Wait, has he got? I don't know if he's lost actually. Oh no, he lost once, but in the UFC he's 3-0, and he's had a draw as well in like Bellator or something. But yeah, I just feel he's really good. And Magny, I mean, we saw it against Ian Gary. I mean, he did not look good at all. I mean, them leg kicks. If Mike Malott can hit them leg kicks against him, he could be finished here. But I don't know how he's gonna finish him. I just know Mike Malott will finish Neil Magny. Right, on to the co-main event. I can almost go back and lie in my bed because I'm dying of this cold right now, to be honest. But we have Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva for the what's this, bantamweight title or something? I don't know. The women, yeah, it's the vacant bantamweight title fight. So it's 2 title fights on this card. Pretty cool. Oh, I don't know. It's a women's fight. I don't really know what to pick here, to be honest. I mean, Pennington, she's not bad. I don't think she's too bad. Most of wins by decision, of course. It's a women's. She's coming off like she hasn't lost since Holly Holm loss, but that was quite a long time ago. So she's building up quite a win streak. I feel like that's pretty decent. She's 12-5 in the UFC. Mayra Bueno Silva. I feel like Bueno Silva has the more finishing ability than Pennington does. Yeah, she has like 7 wins by submission, 1 by KO. So I think she is pretty good. I mean, they're both not bad, to be fair. Yeah, she's on a 5 fight winning streak as well. So well, to be fair, she got that one against Holly Holm turned to a no contest because didn't she win? But she like she popped for PEDs or something like that. Something, I don't know. I watched it, I think, but I can't remember what happened. But yeah, that was overturned to a no contest. I mean, maybe the performance anti-drugs actually helped her. Who knows? She might be better now. But I'm gonna pick Pennington. I feel like she can get, as long as she doesn't get finished, she will like dominate the fight really against Bueno Silva. As long as she doesn't like get caught in a submission, then I feel like she'll cruise to a decision win here. And then finally, what everyone's been waiting for, the main event: Sean Strickland versus Du Plessis. Wow, I'm looking forward to this fight. I can tell you that. I mean, this is probably one of the most exciting matchups in the middleweight division. To be fair, it's going to be hard to pick this one. I feel like both fighters have routes to victory. I mean, if Sean Strickland did what he did to Adesanya, he will wipe the floor with Du Plessis, really. But I feel like if Du Plessis comes out swinging, he could definitely catch Sean Strickland as well. So they've both got a chance here. I don't know what is going to happen, to be honest. I mean, I'm looking at the records right now, but I know both fighters pretty well, good enough to pick this one. So I'm hoping. I kind of want Sean Strickland to win. I feel like it'd be quite good for him. He's 28-5 now. He's got quite a lot of wins by KO, but not recently, apart from that Magomedov one, to be fair. But I'm going to pick Sean Strickland here. I feel like because he's the champion now, so I feel like if he takes that confidence into this fight and fights like he did against Adesanya, he will win this one. And I feel like it'll go to decision. I don't think he'll be knocking out Du Plessis. I think it will take the gas tank. If he wears down Du Plessis, gets to like the third, fourth round, and then he can start actually like hitting him loads, and he could get a finish, to be fair. I don't know, but I definitely think Sean Strickland. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him. So guys, there was my picks for UFC 297 Strickland versus Du Plessis. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. I very much have a feeling this is probably going to be one of my worst cards that I do on predictions. I found it pretty hard to pick the fighters this card. I mean, there's some good matchups, but a lot of the fighters, like, I just don't think, like, when you get two fighters that I don't think are very good fighting against each other, it's not easy to pick, to be fair. Or two really good fighters fighting against each other, and it's really hard to pick. And I have noticed, looking back, I picked quite a few underdogs, so and it could work out well for me, who knows.